welcome back to episode 14 of the Shakhtar to Glory. And just before we start, like you always do at the start, if you enjoy my content, please drop a like, drop a sub, any comments, all that jazz, all good. So I'm going to crack on to this one because obviously the last episode, I'm recording this straight after, was a bit of a long one. Trying to make this one a little bit of a quicker one. So what we'll quickly do is, obviously last time out, as you can see on the screen, we lost 3-2 to PSG at home, or at the temporary home. A bit of a disappointing result really, because we were 2-0 up. I decided to carry on sort of going for it and just keeping it on the front foot rather than trying to bring on pressure. Didn't work, and they scored 3 goals in about 30 seconds, which was very disappointing. It was their first sort of real free attacks, highlight form attacks, so it was very disappointing. And perhaps once the first one went in, I should have tightened up a little bit, but we live and learn, and take that into what it's looking like it's going to be next season's competition to rectify that and remedy that. So have we bounced back in the league to sort of bring ourselves into this game in good form? The first game after that loss, no. We did actually lose our first game of the season in the league to Ilichevets. 1-0, we were terrible. It was a completely rotated team. A lot of debuts were made, as you can see there. So Paz came in. Who else came in? Marquez came in. We did sign Viseu from Brazil. He's the one I showed you at the end of the last game. I won't stick on him too long because this game doesn't show him in his true light. Obviously, he had a bit of a bad game, 6.3. Barakia came in. Freitas came off the bench. Tyson came off the bench as well to get sort of half an hour or so, just to try and get his fitness up. Hopefully, we'll have a look at the team for the PSG. Hopefully, he's in the squad for this one. Certainly in the squad. We'll leave him in the starting lineup. So we bounced onto that. We kept the same lineup pretty much for the next game, which was away to Zerka. Don't know how they pronounce the rest of that. 3-1 win. Marquez got 2 goals. A much better performance from Viseu. I did try and loan him out, but no one was interested. But I've been told to take him off the bench. And Baraki got the other goal. They did get one back after that to make it 3-1, but after that there was nothing in the game. Very few highlights. But I think we did hit the bar a couple of times. Viseu was trying to score, bless him, but he just couldn't get one. He got an assist, but he hit the bar. Had a few really good saves. Alan Patrick, he was another player I did look at trying to offload or considering offloading in the window, but I decided to keep hold of him because he just had a bit about him. And these 3 games, he's probably been, well, not the brightest, because we'll see the last game shortly as well. But he's certainly sort of given me a bit of food for thought really for ongoing keeping him on maybe. So the last game was a 6-2 win against Vorskla, and Viseu got 4 goals, and I'm not even joking. If I'd have kept him on, I brought him off with 20 minutes to go. He was on the end of everything. If I'd have kept him on the pitch, he probably would have about six goals at the end of the game. A 9.9. He got an assist as well. I'm not sure what he had to do to get a 10 rating, but they did get 2 back. Quite disappointing. One late on, after we made all our subs, etc. Malishev came in for this game as well, and he had a really good game. So he's another potential contender as a replacement for Stepanenko. And obviously he's homegrown. I think he's homegrown. He's certainly nation homegrown. I don't know if he's club homegrown. He is. So Boaki got 2 goals as well. Gohu came on. Tyson didn't come on in the middle game. I complete that game. The second half just completely got away and just flew past, and I just missed the chance to make subs. But he got another 20 minutes in this game. Tyson, key pass. He played okay. Not long enough to get a rating, it seems. And he's put himself in position certainly to give himself a chance. We can't play Viseu in the Champions League. He's not eligible. Barakia is, and was it Marquez is. He didn't score in this game, Marquez, but he played really well. League table wise, now I'm not sure what's going on, because we've now got 1 game left, which is against Dynamo Kiev, and we are 8 points clear of Kiev, and we aren't champions. So now I can only assume, let's have a look, not preview, stages. Is there, it doesn't say there's a second half of the season. Is there like a split? Do the top 6 play each other and the bottom 6 play each other? I don't know. There's been no relegations either. I literally don't have a clue what is going to happen. So, I mean, do they just wait until the end of the season to announce the winner? Is there some sort of playoff or something? I mean, I could try and look at the rules, but let's see. Number of teams, 12. 8 points for win 3, yeah. 30. League splits in 2 after 22 games. So we do have another 10 games, 2 of which at least will be Dynamo Kiev. So that 8-point lead isn't quite as secure as I thought it was. So I've obviously gone and rested players straight after PSG, lost to Ilichevets, and Dynamo Kiev did actually slip up in 1, maybe 2 of those games. So we could have been a lot more than 8 points clear. But 8 points is still a lot to claw back. I'm still comfortable, especially if all we have to focus on is the league, because obviously the Champions League is today and there's a lot riding on it. What else has happened in that time? We had our first intake. Some good players have come through. We've got a few in here. This guy looks like potential. He wasn't mentioned to me, but he doesn't look too much, but he could be quite good. I'll have to look and go through these and get them on some training programs and regimes. The player that they are really excited about is a striker. A couple of wingers come through with good ratings, typical. If I can maybe look at converting them to strikers or centre midfielders, perhaps the box-to-box role might work. The guy they're really excited about is Valentin Yakovlev. He's 1.5 star already at 16 years old, so really good prospect here. He is 3.5, possibly 4.5 star potential. But I mean, he's already in the under-19s, got 2 goals in 1 game, non-competitive 3 goals in 2. So this guy, and he's already set up to be an advanced forward. This guy could be key. I've suggested for the assistant to snap up all the ones that have recommended to me, so I've done that. We've got all those in. There's a few there we maybe need to look at letting go in the summer. Same with the under-23s, 21s. We've got a few in there that I might try to move on. So what we'll do now, we'll jump into the game and see what happens with PSG. So this is the team we go with. Same back 4. We've gone for the same. What Ismaili has now stepped into left wing back because I think Azevedo is either injured or suspended. He got suspended, so he got picked up a yellow card at the end of that. I think it was in the PSG game, which rules him out of this one. And they both got injured in that game, but they've both come back since. So we've got Ismaili in this game. We have got Butko on the bench if we need to bring him on. It is slightly worrying because Cerner normally needs to come off, but if we get an injury to the left back, it could be slightly worrying. Have we got anyone that can play full back and centre back? We don't. We probably. I do want 2 strikers on the bench just because the Tyson is a fear that he could get injured again. We've brought Malyshev in the midfield. I've taken Kovalenko out just because I think Malyshev just gives a bit more strength, a bit more rigid player in midfield. Patrick is on the bench as well in case we need to take Fred off, and it doesn't hurt us too much swapping those 2 across. And up front, it's the usual 3 that we've had all season. We have got Marquez on the bench. We have got Gohu on the bench should we need them, but hopefully we don't. Hopefully we can get something out of this. They have got Mora, I noticed, injured, and someone else was missing as well. Kazawa, who obviously got one of the goals against us. So they pretty much go with the same back 4. It looks like same goalkeeper, Verratti, Rabiot, and Di Maria midfield. Same front 3. I assume Cavani is now back to full health. We've let the assistant do it. Perhaps I should have took that over. We'll send the assistant for the team, the press conference, and we kick off here. And hopefully we can a quick early goal. We need 2 because 1 goal still puts them for 1 away goals. I think it will still go to extra time, but we don't need a quick goal. We need 2 goals. So we'll see how we get on. So we do have the first highlight, but although we do lose out, and Cavani is still carrying a bit of a knock. But I mean, it didn't stop him in the first game particularly, did it? So Tyson down the wing, he looks a bit rusty there. I mean, he's probably someone that will have to come off regardless. We don't want to lose a goal early on. I don't think it changes our approach too much. Do we still need 2 regardless if they score 1? No, I think we would need 3 at that point. The ball is very much in their court, and they have a good chance there with Cavani, but a good save from Kiota, and we do manage to clear it away. Have the ball, but we do see a lot of our highlights start with winning the ball back. But these are quality players, and Neymar at the back post from a great cross by Dani Alves. That really makes this game. I mean, we need a comeback and a turnaround of PSG proportions in that first game, and much like that PSG game against Barcelona, was it last season in the Champions League, just an ultimate turnaround. It's what's needed, and it doesn't look like we're going to get it. We've not even had a shot, and Atletico Madrid look like they're going to be going through. Gamiro gets 2 just before half time. Griezmann gave them an early lead, so that's 4-1 on aggregate now. So what do Spartak need? They need to draw 3-3, don't they? At least. What can we do? Right, we'll get in the team talk. That looks like it's gone okay. We might change to this. Now, what do we do with Kvitsov? Manishev can go there. That kind of works. He can play defensive midfield. He can win a ball. He's a centre back. That's what his skill set is. So having him at centre defensive midfield isn't a problem. I haven't really used this formation much because I haven't really needed to this season. We did okay in the Champions League, so I don't really know how it works too well. I should have tested it in a couple of league games, and they get a shot off very early on. But we have a goal kick here. It goes long, obviously. We probably haven't got the striking personnel out there to take advantage of a long ball situation. Ferreira's not too bad. In fact, we might have to look at putting him in the middle because I think he's the tallest of the 3, and he can play a target man kind of role, can't he? So, but if we go 2-0 down here and it's a penalty, right, we'll quickly just change this over. Play as a target man and support. Mbappe, it's saved. So we still have a lifeline here, but I mean, they are really pegging at us here, aren't they? And Ferreira, this is a chance. Can we get something out of this? They win it back, and Neymar really tracking back, working hard there. Not expected, and he's the one that gets the shot off. And a great save again by Piatov. That looked to be going in and just creeping in. Now, can we do something again? It's an instant highlight, pretty much. Throw into them that we win back, but we don't really do anything with it. We play a long ball to Ferreira. He can't win the header. This might be time to bring some Gohu on as well, because I think he's quite a tall player. We will sacrifice Tyson. Actually, Tyson's probably taller. 5'8". He's quite small. I'm thinking he's maybe taller than Romero, but Romero is just a little bit taller, so we'll take off Tyson. Obviously, he's probably going to need to go off anyway. We'll get Gohu on. We'll see if that can sort of bring us to life a little bit. We've still only had the one shot, which is disappointing. We might have to change back to the other system. This isn't really creating anything. We're not getting the ball forward. They come at us again, but no, it's shot by Neymar. But we're changing back. I mean, it's not working, is it? So we'll go back to Romero. Do you know what? We'll stick Romero at this. Yeah, we'll do that. And Neymar's just scored again. It looks like Neymar again. So I'm pretty safe to say, unless we have 3 goals like they did, we're out of the Champions League for this season, and it's the first go at the big boys, isn't it? So a lot of work for us to do to even put ourselves in contention for the Champions League. Some big improvement and investment into the team is needed here. Can we at least get something out of this game? That's a tame shot by Ferreira, isn't it? Have we got anyone? Cerna doesn't seem to be struggling too badly at the moment with 15 minutes to go. Marquinhos is struggling, but they have taken him straight off, so it's not even something I can look to take advantage of. They've moved Mbappe up front, taken Cavani off. Di Maria's now gone off for, was it Pastore, and Draxler's on as well. I'm not sure who was for who, but can we get a shot away? We hit the post. Fred, can he? It ends a highlight again. Cerna free kick. Can we get? And it's cleared away. So we're putting up a little bit of fight in the last 3 minutes, but it's far too late. And it's a bit disappointing to be going out of a whimper after that barnstorming first leg where we went 2-0 up. Okay, we lost 3-2 in the end, but we just haven't shown up at their ground. And I mean, fair play, they've done a job. They've done a number on us, and they've done a job on us. And to be fair, in this game, rightful winners, but they shouldn't have been in the game after that first leg. We should have been seeing out that 2-0 lead, making it hard for them. But we just didn't do that, did we? We let them back in the game, and once they were back in the game, that was it. That was it. So clearly, Atletico Madrid are through as well. So that's the end of the Champions League for this season. We will probably see out the season with a couple of league games. Obviously, we've got Dynamo Kiev. We'll send the assistant. Get 5.5 million nearly for getting to there. Tyson is being considered for the Brazil squad. He's got 4 caps and 1 goal, so if he can get back in, it's always good. But I'd rather him not, keep him fresh from injuries and playing more games. So we have got Dynamo Kiev as our inverted commas last game. So we'll come back for that one. Then the league's obviously going to split, we know now. So we'll have probably a couple of Kiev games to play. I'll probably pick a couple of those. I won't go for teams like Stow and stuff again. We'll pretty much we'll see how the fixture generator, treats us in terms of the order of the fixtures. But we'll play Kiev next episode, and we'll evaluate from there. So until then, Dynamo Kiev in 4 days time. See you then.